Hello all and welcome to my next video. Next up we are taking a look at our supervillain wave, Red Skull. A couple videos ago I had started this. We took a look at the Hood and Arcade. Arcade, kind of cool, a goofy figure but kind of cool. And the Hood is just, I don't know what the hell that was. All I can say is it was a figure. So yeah, if you can't tell, I didn't keep the Hood. I put it up for sale. If anybody wants that. I did see some people talking about that Hood figure as a good for customs, like what he's wearing and stuff. And I even saw some people saying they were going to take it and kind of customize it to look like Bruce Banner turning, since he's got like a screaming face. That's actually not a bad idea. I'm just not into that type of thing, so yeah. And then after that, we took a look at Scientist Supreme and Lady Deathstrike. A while back, a long time, I shouldn't say a long time ago, but a while back we already took a look at Dormammu. That was the first one that I got. And now we have Red Skull. So yeah, kind of a long path in this line to get to all of them, but it is what it is. I got Dormammu. I had pre-ordered all of them except for that Doctor Doom, because I just, as I mentioned before, it's not my style of a Doctor Doom that I would want. I know I like the story that it's from, but not the look per se. But Dormammu came in really quickly, and then the other ones kind of stalled. And then I found them at my Walmart, picked up those four that I had already unboxed in those previous videos, but I never found Red Skull. And then eventually Big Bad Toy Store pulled through and sent me Red Skull, so I canceled the orders and ended up with Dormammu and Red Skull off Big Bad Toy Store. The other four were at my Walmart. And then Doctor Doom, I didn't get it all. So that's why I didn't order the whole set. I didn't want the Doctor Doom. And you didn't need him to complete Zimnu. Which I kind of changed my mind a little bit. I think when I did the Lady Deathstrike and Scientist Supreme, I said we would do Red Skull and look at Zimnu in the same video. I changed my mind. We're going to do it in a separate video, just because I kind of want to go over Zimnu a little bit on his own and kind of give a little context and backstory as to who he is for anybody who might not know, because he is a little bit of an interesting character. But yeah, here we go. We have Red Skull, the last one. I thought most of these were good, even though I didn't get the Doom, the Doctor Doom. It's a good release to have, except for the Hood. I'm just gonna say it out now. That figure sucks, man. It's not the worst thing ever. I think that still goes to Cannonball, but it is what it is, I guess. But I like the rest of them. Like I said, didn't get Doom. Classic Dormammu, pretty cool. The Hood, just straight trash. Lady Deathstrike, not a big fan, but I think she's cool to have. Arcade, goofy, but kind of cool to have as well. Red Skull, I think he's going to look great with my Alex Ross Captain America. And then Scientist Supreme, I think he's going to look good with MODOK. So, yeah, interesting set. Like I said, my only real complaint is that Hood figure. I wish we could have gotten somebody else, a different villain. I keep harping back that I want a Toad figure to help out with my mutants. But, yeah. Yeah, so Red Skull. You want to take a look? Look at the back there. There it is. Yeah. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get him popped open. Red Skull. What can you say about Red Skull? Beyond, I mean, he's a Nazi. I'm not too big on Red Skull. I do think he's an iconic villain for what he is. My biggest thing, though, is like, it just seems like he's kind of few and far between, and I get that. Like, you don't want to overuse your villains too much. You know, everybody, like, kind of like what I see DC do a lot with like the Joker. It just seems like he's in so many things. It just gets to the point where it's like, why bother at a certain point? Okay, so there we go. So I can at least appreciate that they kind of only drudge him out when they have to. Even though like it seems like he's died and come back so many times. This is a more, I think, classic looking Red Skull. Perfect, no. But like I said, I think it'll look good with that Captain America. This is gonna sound really weird, but I think one of Red Skull's better appearances is actually in Old Man Logan. If you haven't read that, check that out. So here we go. There's another book he's in called Acts of Vengeance. I'll get to that in a minute. Hold on. Extra hands. He's got closed fist hands. He's got some hands, some grabbing hands. Here's the other one. Like, to be fair, he comes with a lot. Like, he's got the most accessories out of any figure in this wave, I think. We got his gun. It's like a SMG with a silencer. He comes with a Tesseract, which I actually think is pretty cool. I haven't had one yet, but it's just a blue cube, nothing really going on. It's kind of like a very hard rubber. Kind of chalky. He's got like his serious kind of scowl face, his grimacing frown. I mean, I do like this sculpt. Like, you can see all like the muscly skeletal cartridge here. Cartilage and muscle and sculliness. And his lack of nose. Like, it is a good sculpt for what it is. Now we have him. And there he is. He looks so happy. Evil bastard. I think that's why I'm not a big Red Skull fan. He's just genuinely like evil as hell as a Nazi. All the standard articulations there. He's got the ab crunch. He does have like that kind of like ball joint in the thing there. I haven't seen that in a while. But thigh swivels there. He's got calf swivel. Ankle pivots there, but it's kind of hard to move. No butterfly shoulders, no butterfly joints, but it is what it is. He comes with the gun hands equipped. There he's got his Hydra band. Yeah. Green, red, and brown. That's pretty much your color scheme here with one yellow band. Yeah, so it is what it is on this guy. Very basic. Like, on its own, it's pretty basic. It's just Red Skull on kind of a Hydra Soldier body. It's not an exact Hydra Soldier body, but you get the idea. The green, the brown, yellow armband, stuff like that. But he comes with a lot, like the hands, the Tesseract, the alternate head, the gun. He does come with a lot of accessories, so it is kind of a bang for your buck in that regard. Actually, like, he might be the one that stands the best out of the whole series. So there you go. But what I was saying was, one of the better stories he's in is probably Old Man Logan. Acts of Vengeance is one of my favorite stories that just happens to involve Red Skull. And it's not a good story. Acts of Vengeance is pretty bad. It's a 90s story. Late 80s, 90s, I think. I think it's more the 90s. I could be wrong. But, spoilers, if you don't want to know what Acts of Vengeance is, just stop the video now. But he, basically, Loki's like, we're losing because we keep fighting the same heroes over and over. So we're going to switch it up. And, like, different villains fight different heroes. So, like, I think one of them is, like, Juggernaut fights Thor. Just different combinations, right? and they're trying to get Magneto to join them because like Magneto is like this super powerful villain, like one of the most powerful villains, right? Especially at that time. And they're telling him about like who's all joining, right? And so as they're fighting, like Magneto never shows up, and everybody's like, "Where the hell's Magneto?" And then like Magneto shows up because now that he knows where he's at because he joined them, he found Red Skull's location through them. And Magneto goes after Red Skull because Magneto is a Holocaust survivor. And like the two most powerful things in Magneto's minds are like mutants and his hate of Nazis. And it's amazing. He just goes after Red Skull and just completely like embarrasses him and mutilates him. It's pretty crazy. Not a good story overall, but I love that ending. But yeah, I'd say that, like, just watching him get completely destroyed by Magneto, and then the way he was in Old Man Logan. If you haven't read that, I highly suggest it. It might be the best Wolverine book ever. Sadly, not really canon, but it is what it is. I'm trying to think here. What else have I ever seen with Red Skull? I mean, the movie, Captain America movie and everything, but yeah, he's not a villain that pops up a whole lot. I know at one point he was like Onslaught, right? My one of my friends was telling me about like how he became Onslaught, and it's just weird. I had no, when he told me about it, I had no interest in really reading it. But yeah, there we go. Red Skull. Before we go ahead and get done with this one, we do have the Xemnu head. So, yeah, let's try and straighten out the peg there. Yeah, I mean, I do like the head. Like the red eyes are just they pop a lot against like the kind of all white like background of him. He's got the little metal dome on his like covering up his brain. Yeah, we'll do the Build-A-Figure separately, just because I kind of want to give Xemnu his own little time to shine, because he's not a villain a lot of people are familiar with, but the way he was done in Immortal Hulk was awesome. I did like it, so I kind of want to give him his own little spotlight here. So, yeah, there we go. Actually, since Red Skull's the last piece, it'll be easy, because now we have all the Xemnu pieces. We'll just throw the head in there and kind of get that ready for... I'm going to do it right after this. I'm going to bag up Red Skull and start, like pretty much straight away, just start filming the Xemnu Build-A-Figure. But yeah, there we go. Red Skull. Like I said, not my favorite villain by any stretch of the imagination. I do think if you're going to do a villains wave, he's a good one to have in there, because he is, despite being just this horrible Nazi, he is an iconic villain for Marvel, specifically Captain America. I'm going to try to see if I can display this with that Alex Ross Captain America. I think it'll be a pretty cool like piece to go with it. And just kind of move on from there. I think overall this, like I said, I think this wave was good, minus the hood. It was good minus the hood. See what I did there? But, yeah, there you go. Red Skull. I give the whole wave a thumbs up. I think it's a good wave, for the most part. But, yeah. Next video, we'll take a look at Xemnu and kind of move on from there. I'll catch you guys here in a minute in the next video.